the blocks. Gets two players to commit. Missed the short one. Graham slicing through the defense and scoring.
This is as good an offensive performance as we've seen so far in the tournament because they're getting it from so many different people.
Indiana's made 8 straight from the floor.
See, Nover's playing right behind Laettner. Let him actually handle the ball some.
Two-pointer.
You're doing a pretty good job with low post defense, only picking up 4 fouls so far, Jim.
Hurley driving. Hurley's having a good half here.
So they look for a Colt, they never move. They sit over and watch the game.
They both have those headsets on. I think they want to come in here and call the rest of the game. I used to rehearse with them back at Taub Hall at Houston.
Well, Indiana is playing, and you talk about a scouting report. Themselves up by 6 points. It's pretty good to go into a drought like that and still be up 6.
Good move, Bailey. Penetrating. Just seen his streak of 20 straight snap a moment ago. Oh, about that. Yeah.
You know, it seems like the IU fans are starting to ride him a little bit. He will meet that challenge. Second time against the zone.
Chris Reynolds.
Duke's starting to move their feet much better on defense. But a good cut.
Graham. Oh, what a follow by Allen.
Again, now it's a double team on Laettner. Nobody guarding Lang, and Henderson gets it.
Henderson helped out and got the steal. 3-on-1, Indiana.
Guarding Antonio Lang. So Henderson and Anderson are actually guarding Laettner. So when he turns to pivot, there'll be 2 big men on. One behind and one in front.
Hurley. Oh.
That Young's having a hard time because of what Bob Knight's doing defensively when Lang's on the floor. Lang's got to get closer to the basket and go for some offensive rebounds if nobody's going to guard him.
On the blocks, Thomas Hill.
And Meeks will have his hands full with Thomas Hill in the low post.
Bailey, three-pointer. 50 seconds to go in the half.
Well, I'll keep my clock straight on this one, Jim. It's no shot, nothing on the shot clock. And here's the play we talked about Duke being so tough at. Oh, and he hits it. Tournament games where Iowa made the big run on him, Kentucky made the big run on them. Duke turning the tables a little bit here.
Under 10 to go in the half. Reynolds blocked by Hill.
Oh, it's off Meeks' face. Yep.
For Indiana 42, Duke 37. CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship will continue. After this, Bob Knight at the Final Four. Well, look what he's done in his last 3 appearances. That was 76, 81, and 87. The time he has shown up, well, the last 3.
To Duke's 48, 21 rebounds to 9. So far, Laettner has not really come to the front as he normally does in a game like this. And here you see Laettner 1 for 6. But this young man, throughout his career, has had some of his biggest games in the biggest moments. Bob Knight doesn't realize that yet. By the time he gets back to the bench, he'll realize it.
Lang.
Now, see, that 2-3 zone in the first half, he settled his club down. And that's when they started to make that turnaround. What a screen.
Took Reynolds out. Duke can take the lead, and Hill does it.
Camps are showing what they're made of here. Now's the time to let Laettner touch it down low. Here he is.
Working on Henderson. Draws a foul.
Saw something in Lang's move. When they're going to play behind you like this, stop trying to power it to the basket because they're going to be waiting on you. The little turnaround jumper will work, or the half hook, and that's what Laettner used right there. Spin over.
Laettner.
Now nothing falling for Indiana on the inside.
Laettner really wants it now. Wanting to challenge Nover.
And wisely does not.
Hurley.
This is hard to believe, isn't it? And at that point in the game is when Mike Krzyzewski went 2-3.
Play the winner of this game. Michigan and Duke this year on December the 14th played an overtime game that was talked about all season long. Michigan and Indiana split on the season.
Good job calling the charge every time.
That's the second on Grant Hill.
Really took away a good opportunity. 3-on-1 break. Supposed to convert those.
Greg Graham, three-pointer.
Occupied.
Get it into Laettner. Dumps it off to Parks. Hill underneath. Boy, did he put it back up.
Can you believe that? 59% in one half, 9 in the other.
For Indiana, with 4 fouls each. Hill keeps it up. And a foul.
Boy, 3 things went wrong that time on that play for Bob Knight. Number 1, Damon Bailey, one of his key players, fouls out. Number 2, his key players fouls out. Number 2, 2 points are scored in a foul. And number 3, Cherokee Parks has to gain a lot of confidence with that play.
He'll shoot 1.
Remember this young man, Jim did not. Boy, this defensive intensity, just making every pass so tough to throw. Screen by Anderson. But a switch by Hurley.
Reynolds stopped his dribble, in trouble. Now over to Cheaney.
It's just a gut check by Mike Krzyzewski and his team.
Under 10 minutes to go in the game. Indiana has scored 3 points in the half. Make it 5. That's a 2.
Laettner walking up the court, trying to get a breather. Brian Davis getting ready to come back in, test that ankle out. Hurley.
Look at Hill. Grant Hill.
He has been awesome on the offensive boards in his second half. Like Moscow came off the bench for Michigan in the first game to play a great second half.
Nover. Good inbounds play for Indiana.
Anybody kind of fell asleep?
The quality utility stuff.
Now it's time for Indiana, if they're going to make the run, to get something off their offense. They're lined up in pairs, get the good screening inside to score.
Cheaney,
well executed.
Yep. Cheaney set himself up down on the blocks. He has 11. The lead is 9. Duke by 9.
And again, Christian Laettner has been awful quiet.
Hurley. Oh, all of those threes have been so pure just for a second half. Duke 26-9, outscoring Indiana in the half.
And of course, we see Hurley having the trainer working on with a big ice pack on the ankle. It doesn't look like he can come back in.
It might be tough if Duke wins to get back for Monday. Here's Graham.
On the scoreboard, Duke has only committed 5 fouls this half, plus playing his great defense.
Greg Graham hits again.
Laettner got by with some exciting dribbling there.
Hurley on the drive, in and out, tipped in by Grant Hill.
Grant Hill he has just been all over it. Lang now on Cheaney.
Loading free is Graham.
Good ball fake by Henderson. That's a charge. That's a charge.
It called it, like you said, Billy, all day long. Both of them.
Indiana's got to be thinking 3. You got to be thinking Graham here and Cheaney of the men that are on the floor. There's one.
Graham, and he'll shoot 3.
No, he'll shoot 3. Foul.
He'll shoot 3 as Grant Hill hit him in the act.
Like a better ball handler in the game. Because that's going to leave everything on Hurley and Thomas Hill. Take that shot.
3 shots for Graham.
Some of the people in the Big Ten saying it's about time to see Indiana in some foul trouble. It's one of the reasons that they have been so today that they have not beaten this year. And that team, of course, is Duke.
Leary again.
Oh, my goodness. And they want that timeout.
Knight calling for it.
Oh, that could be two, sure. That should be intentional. They're going to get two and the ball. You see the pass in bounds, and without question.
But it was not called intentional.
It wasn't called intentional.
Nope.
Sure wasn't. I cannot believe that. Neither can Mike.
In the last minutes. Now 3 for 3.
Deep corner jumpers in these key threes.
4 for 4. 4 for 4 for Marty Clark.
Well, they got everything but the ball back had it been called intentional.
Leary, can he do it one more time? Look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey,
this is legendary.
This is Ted Shaker. 2 for Clark.